What is up, guys? It's Sugar Skull Candy, and I am finally back with a brand new video. Woo! It has been quite some time. I think it's been like, what, a month? So much has happened in the past month. It's insane. I graduated college. We moved to Madison, my boyfriend and I. My mom and I saw Paul McCartney in concert, who was absolutely amazing, and who has actually given me some inspiration for some future videos. What else has happened? We kind of started new jobs, I guess you could say, and it's been crazy. It's been a wild ride, but I'm so happy to be back, and I'm so happy and excited to bring you guys brand new videos, and I have a lot in store for you guys, so exciting stuff. Today we are going to, I'm just going to kind of ease myself back into things. We are going to try a new foundation today. Well, new to me. Jeffree Star reviewed it a while back, and now I want to try it too. So today is kind of going to be like a, let's try some new products, let's talk about what's going on with life, and yeah. So without further ado, let's get started. I have to apologize, my skin is looking atrocious right now. Jake, you did not hear that. He always gets mad at me when I shit on myself, but you know, I feel like every girl does that. Okay, so I went to Ulta the other day now that I have one in my city. It's so nice. It's 6 minutes away. I love it compared to like 25 like it was while I was in Fond du Lac. And recently Jeffree Star reviewed the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, and he absolutely loved it. He was like shook, and I'm like, I need to try it. So I picked me up a bottle. While I was looking, I never actually have tried any Milani products, so I got just a couple other things too. I grabbed the Milani Prep Set and Go Transparent Face Powder. It says you're supposed to be able to wear it under foundation to prep skin for like a primer. Not sure how I feel about that. I haven't even opened it yet, so I'm gonna open it and kind of feel it, because if it's just a powder, it's not gonna work as a primer for me, because my skin is so, it's like a mix. I have like dry and oily skin, and I feel like it would just emphasize every dry piece of skin on my face, so we'll see how that works. And I also got this Milani eyeshadow primer in nude, because I've always used the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer just because I like cheap things, but I figured let's give this a try. I believe it was like $7, so I usually pay like I think $2 for the e.l.f. primer, so I'm like, I can spend a little extra on a primer to see if I like it. It's always good to branch out, right? So I also have some new things from my Ipsy bag that I got this month, which honestly this bag is adorable. It's supposed to be like Tetris themed. I love it. So I got a primer in my Ipsy this month. It's called Ultra Repair Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer, safe for sensitive skin, which, hunty, if you know me at all, that's me. As you can see, my face is all broken out. Yeah, so we might try this today as a primer instead of the Milani powder. So I also got, there's a new lipstick in here that I might try today, which I'll talk about later if I end up using, a new eyeliner, and a new brush. So, oh, and the brush is cute. The brush is actually by Ipsy. It's not like by another brand, I believe. And it's also Tetris themed, which is cute. So let's take a look at this Milani Prep Set and Go powder. It doesn't smell like anything. Honestly, I think this is kind of just like a translucent powder. And I wouldn't use it as a primer, in my opinion. In my personal preference. So I think we're gonna save that for later, because I do like to powder some areas of my face after I have foundation on. But I think we're going to go ahead and try this Ultra Repair Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer. It's a really long name for a primer, but apply evenly over clean face, follow with makeup, or wear alone for a natural look. Allergy tested, no artificial fragrance. Nice. Oh, it smells good. It smells kind of coconutty. And since my skin is very porous, porish, I have a lot of pores, big pores, I am just going to stick on some of the Professional primer under my eyes and around my nose and such. Just because I feel like one primer doesn't do it for me. The primer, the hyaluronic primer, makes this primer almost more sticky gooey, and that might work in my favor to fill up all those pores. Alright, let's move on to the foundation. So, again, this is called the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer, and I got it in the shade 00A Porcelain. I'm always either the lightest shade or like the second lightest shade. I got the lightest shade because I'm like, well, in my opinion, I think it's better to go lighter than darker, because darker is going to be way more noticeable on your neck than a light one, and you warm your face up with blush and highlight and such anyway, and I feel like it's less noticeable if you use one that's too light for you rather than one that's too dark for you if you're stuck in a situation like that. Otherwise you can mix both, but if you're too cheap like me, I didn't want to buy two. So it claims to be medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula. It's long wearing, water resistant, and sweat proof. I need that. Alright, I just put one pump in my hand for now to see how she does, and I'm going to take my Jeffree Star blending sponge or beauty blender, and we're going to go to work. Right off the bat, it's looking good. Definitely not full coverage in this first layer that I'm laying down here, but it doesn't claim to be completely full coverage. It says medium to full, so maybe we can build it. I do remember Jeffree, I think he did build one or two layers on his face when he was trying this. So this is about 2-ish coats, and I have to say it looks pretty damn good, especially for me, because I have not found a foundation that makes me look flawless like Nick Tutorials, Tati, Jeffree Star. Like, their skin always looks just so smooth, and I don't get that because I just have so much texture in my face, or any beauty guru you see on YouTube. Everything is just so smooth and beautiful. I don't get that. But this looks pretty good. I think I'm going to take some concealer and do some concealing and see how it works with the foundation. It is a hair lighter than my chest, but we're gonna warm it up with contour, bronzer, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and apply some of that. Then using the little Jeffree Star Beauty Blender, gonna blend that out. I'm just gonna try to take some of this Milani setting powder and put it on my under eyes. We're gonna let that sit for a bit while I do my eyebrows. And today I'm just using the Wet n Wild pomade. This has been my go-to lately, I don't know why. It feels like a fall day. It's like so dreary out and cloudy. Wow. Here in Wisconsin, you get all 4 seasons almost every week. This is literally the first time I've worn makeup in I think a month. Like, I don't think I've done makeup since the last video I did. And so I feel like so green at this right now. And I figured today was a perfect day to put on makeup because my boyfriend Jake was invited to like a special dinner for a restaurant in 1111, for a restaurant in Fond du Lac called 1111. It's a burger place. They literally have the best burgers. If you live in the area, I suggest you go there. And Jake, with his Screen Media, just filmed a commercial for them. And they were super pleased with it, so they invited us to this dinner at their new location that they're opening soon. It's kind of like a check it out, tell us what we need to work out yet, before they actually open to the public. So, super exciting. Okay, so I had my eyebrows done. While I was doing my eyebrows and brushing off my bake, I noticed that it was starting to crease in my forehead already. Just like a little bit. So I was like, that kind of sucks. But we'll continue. I got this weird little curl right here. Okay. Let's do some bronzing and blush and highlight. The bronzer I'm going to use today is by Wet n Wild. It's called Color Icon bronzer, and Ticket to Brazil, or number 740A. And I've been using this rather than like a contour palette lately, just because I feel like when I use a dark contour, it always looks like a line. And I feel like this bronzer, you can just kind of like take a brush and just kind of be like, there we go. So that's what we're gonna do. And then I'm going to take this blush. I've been using this lately. It's by Kaleido Cosmetics. I got this in my Ipsy. I really like the shades. It kind of goes with pretty much anything. It's cruelty-free. It says cruelty-free no matter what, certified vegan and gluten-free, which is always a plus for me in my personal preference. Went a little crazy on the blush. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and go over it a little bit, try to mask it a little more. I did forget that this blush is shiny, like shimmery. So you wouldn't really need a highlighter, but we go do it anyway. This I also got from Ipsy. Don't mind me using literally all my Ipsy products today. It's from Ofra Cosmetics, and I know Nikki Tutorials like raves over Ofra, and I was so excited to get something in my Ipsy from them because I never tried anything by them, and I love this highlighter. It's just so warm. I just love it for summer. I forgot to contour my nose, so I am going to do that a little bit. Another Ipsy product. This is from the brand Farrah, and it says it's called 22E Shade and Blend, but I think this is going to be perfect to contour my nose. Really soft. So we're going to give this Milani eyeshadow primer a try. It says it intensifies and extends the wear of any eyeshadow. Give it a go. And I think today I'm gonna do like little check-ins throughout the day, probably on my iPhone because I don't want to carry around the camera. So we're gonna go kind of Tati style today and check in on the foundation, see how it wears, see how the primer does, and like I said, I did see some crease in my forehead already, but I set it with powder. So we are going to see how that fares throughout the day. So we have a pool and a hot tub at our apartment. It's like 55 degrees and this lady's sitting in the hot tub. Like only like half in it. I'm like, girl, it's cold, get in. Why do you want to sit in the hot tub if you only gonna put your feet in? That's what I'm wondering. Today we're just gonna go neutral. I'm going to use my ColourPop. All I see is Magic Shadow Palette. And it's just like a very nudish type of palette. Don't mind the mess, I dropped it, and like they all like, these are like magnetic so they pop out. I dropped it one day like this, and then like all the color got all over the top. Let's use this Tetris brush. It's cute. It's got Tetris shapes on it. I definitely think the primer makes your lids more tacky, which is good because it grabs the shadow better. So I'm finding that I'm not having to use as much shadow, which is always a plus. Then I'm gonna pop some mascara on. I'm just using my Man Eater mascara from Tarte that I, again, got in my Ipsy. Today I don't feel like messing with eyeliner. Eyeliner has just made me angry lately. Can you relate? So I think I'm just going to slap on some lipstick and I'm going to see what this looks like. It's called Rose Pink, so I think that would match perfectly with what I got on today. The brand is called Realer, sorry not sorry, moisturizing lipstick. It's paraben free, certified cruelty free, vegan, infused with jojoba seed oil, infused with Limnanthus alba seed oil, and infused with hyaluronic acid. It's tiny. It makes it look like it would be a full size, but it's not. This is honestly adorable. It's so cute. That's actually kind of nice, because like who actually like uses a whole tube of lipstick? I don't think I ever have. So this is cute because it can like fit in your pocket. I mean, it might be just a sample size. They might sell them bigger when you actually purchase them, but I would buy these. Whoa, that's way brighter than I thought. Not sure I'm crazy about this color though. Not for this look. I think we're just gonna do some gloss. Gloss is less of a commitment. I feel like with gloss, if it rubs off throughout the day, you don't really have to apply it because it looks like you just never put anything on to begin with. But with lipstick, if you wait for it to rub off, then you have this weird line around your lips and you have to put it back on. So I like lip gloss. I should actually say I have a love-hate relationship with lip gloss. I love it, but it gets stuck in my hair. Lipstick and lip gloss, they both have their perks and drawbacks. So this lip gloss is by Soap & Glory. It's called Sexy Mother Pucker because it is a lip plumper. Alright, so that is the finished look for now. Like I said, I'm going to check in today, probably on my iPhone because I don't want to carry my camera around. Tati style, and see how this foundation wears throughout the day. Right now it's looking great, except for the fact that I noticed it's starting to crease my forehead again, but time will tell. Maybe this is one of those foundations that work better as your skin produces oil, who knows. So if you want to see how these fare throughout the day, continue watching. Alright guys, we're gonna do our first check-in. I think I've had this on since like 11:30, 12:31, so it's been about 2 hours. So far looking pretty good. I have Jake here.
No.
He's driving. We're going to Fond du Lac for that dinner I talked about. One thing I'm noticing right away is I am creasing a little bit right here, but I think that's me just because I have bad creases right there, wrinkles if you will. I'm 22 and I have wrinkles on my face. But yeah, so far pretty good. Not greasy looking right now, so we'll see how it fares throughout the rest of the day. Hey guys, time for another check-in. So Jake and I, we just got done eating at 11:11 burgers and beignets in Fond du Lac here at their brand new location. It was delectable. So if you were in the Fond du Lac area, I definitely recommend you go check them out because their burgers are to die for. So to our makeup, we are getting a little rough, not gonna lie. I'm creasing, I don't know if you can see on the sides of my mouth. The creases have gotten worse on my forehead. I have not, I mean from far away I look fine, but I feel like it is accentuating my acne somewhat, which is a problem. I'll probably do one more check-in tonight before I take it all off, so let's see how she does. Oh, I also keep forgetting to talk about the eyeshadow primer. That seems to be doing fantastic. I have to say, I have no creasing at all yet in my eyeshadow. So this may be my new favorite eyeshadow primer. Okay guys, time for our final check-in. It is going on 9:30 and I've had this foundation on for about 10 hours now. Stop it. And it's just getting a little greasy. I don't think it's gotten any worse since my check-in around 5. Like the creasing hasn't gotten any worse, I don't think. But I've definitely gotten shinier. I'm just going to take some toilet paper and kind of dab on my nose and see what comes off. Actually, a lot does come off. But so all in all, this foundation was only $10. Do I think it's good for $10? Yeah. Would I wear it to like a special event? Probably not, just because it did crease quickly. And at this point, it seems like it's kind of like almost raising off of my skin. So definitely not my favorite. So far, my favorite drugstore foundation is Maybelline Superstay. But I will be doing some more drugstore foundation testing like this. So stay tuned for those. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. If you like them, please comment, subscribe, share them. I would super appreciate it. And check back every Tuesday. And we'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody. And I keep forgetting to talk about the eyeshadow primer. This primer is still holding up well. So shut up. So the Milani eyeshadow primer base, she might be worth it.